the Minneapolis ICE shooting unseen video. Now, it brings me absolutely no joy to let you guys know that another shooting has occurred in Minneapolis by who else than ICE. Very sad. Yeah, no, it's bad. It's bad. It's not really a laughing matter, outside of the sound effects. So yeah, man, I just wanted to look at this clip with you guys. It is on YouTube, so I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna get copyrighted. But I just want to look at this clip, put in my 2 cents, and yeah, man. So let's check this out, bro. Yeah, as you can see, look at how many are there now. I don't know what these lines are, but you can clearly tell that this guy in the middle, I forgot his name, but this guy in the middle who's getting beat by all these officers is there, in a fetal position, I'm assuming. It's very sad, very upsetting. Domestic terrorists, basically. Yes, Preddy, Alex Preddy or something like that, very close to that. So allegedly, he had a weapon, allegedly, right? And I'm sure that is true. I'm sure that is the case. He had a weapon. Now, I am no politician. I barely even look at politics, but this is mainstream, and so I react to mainstream things. And so, this is part of the shit. But anyways, when we look at this situation, right, as far as I know, he had a weapon in his pocket or in his car, weapon being a gun. But he had one, or at least he had a license for it. I know that for a fact. He had a license to have a weapon. Now, did he have a weapon in his pocket, in his car? I'm unaware. There's stories, there's theories, there's people saying this, there's people saying that. I'm sure in the comment section there's going to be hella people telling me this, that, and the third. Regardless of what it is, I know for a fact that he does have a license. Now, I also know for a fact he did not have a weapon in his hand, regardless if it was on his waist, on his belt, in the car. It wasn't in his hand, and so he wasn't operating with the weapon. Now, why was he resisting? I don't know. It's clearly an American guy. You know what I'm saying? Preddy. I don't know what type of last name that is, but as far as we know, he is a legal American citizen like myself. And so, he is not supposed to be targeted by ICE compared to other groups of people, ethnicity, nationality, and things of that nature. Now, when we really look closely into this, like I said, he was not operating a weapon. ICE came up to him. I don't know how the situation unfolded. All I know is that he was arguing, resisting in a verbal way, and ICE, of course, got aggressive, right? Happens. And so yeah, man, let me continue this video, but as of right now, that's all I know when it comes to the situation.
In the last few hours, newly analyzed video has raised serious questions about a fatal federal shooting in Minneapolis. Footage reviewed by CNN appears to show something critical happening seconds before gunfire erupts. According to a CNN video analysis, a federal immigration officer may have removed a gun from 37-year-old Alex Preddy just moments before officers fatally shot him. That detail now sits at the center of growing scrutiny. Bystander video shows a chaotic scene. Multiple federal agents are on top of Preddy, struggling to restrain him on a Minneapolis street. As officers shout, "He's got a gun," one unidentified agent reaches into Preddy's waistband.
Okay, so it was on his waist, okay? Was it operating though? Did he have it in his palm? Did he have his finger on the trigger of the gun? Was he pointing it at people? I believe not. And so this kill, in my eyes, isn't justified, just like the last kill wasn't. There was some lady in my comment section regarding the ICE trap video that I made a little bit ago. I can link it if you guys want. But basically, there was this one girl in my comment section, this lady, whoever, who was saying that ICE is, people feel safe with ICE, right? It's for the people. It's so we feel safe. Well, I don't know who's we. I'm not American. Although I have my papers and I am a citizen, I am a first-generation immigrant. I wasn't born here. And so I don't feel safe, even with my papers, right? Not only that, but this guy who's fully American, I'm sure, is now dead, just like the lady before him, who was also fully American. Why? I don't know. I really don't know. Now listen, I'm going to let this play out and then I'm going to say what I really want to say after this clip.
Later, that agent emerges holding a weapon that appears to match the handgun later released by the Department of Homeland Security. Just over 1 second after the gun is removed, a shot is fired. Then, at least 9 more. Video shows...
Wow. 10 shots at least. 10 shots. I didn't even know that. This is new information to me. 10 shots, man. Wow. This is this is sad, bro. 10 shots occurring on an already dead person.
Preddy lying prone on the ground as gunfire continues. At no point in any footage reviewed by CNN is Preddy seen holding or wielding a weapon. Earlier, he is clearly seen holding only a cell phone. What happened before the shooting? Tensions had been escalating minutes earlier. Federal agents were conducting an operation in South Minneapolis as bystanders gathered, blowing whistles.
Hey, before she tells me what really happened before, because I'm unaware of the whole situation so far, I guarantee you it's going to be him, like we saw recording them, saying something negative, and then they get offended. They put him on the ground. He resists. He has a gun on the waist that he is not using. Boom, 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 10, 11, maybe even 12 shots while he's dead. While he's dead. Yeah, that's my prediction, but let's see what really happens.
Honking horns and recording video. Preddy, an ICU nurse at a Minneapolis VA hospital, is seen directing traffic and recording officers. He yells, "Do not push them into the traffic." Moments later, an agent pushes a woman to the ground. Preddy steps in between.
Wow.
He's pepper sprayed, forced to his knees, and dragged to the ground as...
Wow. Okay. So apparently he was defending a woman who was pushed by ICE. Why was the woman pushed? I don't know. But that is crazy. So he was defending a woman, bro. Didn't even know that.
More agents swarm. One officer appears to strike him while he's restrained. Another, wearing a gray jacket, reaches into the pile of officers and retrieves the gun, then walks away from the scene. Aftermath and questions. Nearly a minute after the shooting, as Preddy lies motionless, an officer asks, "Where's the gun?" The agent responds, "I got the gun."
And it's customized. It has an optic on it. It's already locked and loaded. Now, listen to this, man. If this is all true, by the way, and I'm assuming it is, if he was defending the lady because she was pushed on the floor, he escalated the situation by defending her. No. People in the comment sections, he did not escalate the situation. The lady falling was the escalation, all right? The ICE pushing the lady, that was the escalation, okay? Now, he got in between. He was defending the lady, okay? Immediately got pepper sprayed, got to the floor, got jumped, kicks by these domestic terrorists. And then some guy yelled, "Hey, this guy has a gun on his belt." Some other guy took the gun. And then after taking the gun, right? Listen to me. People in the comment section, before you go to the comments, listen carefully. After taking the gun, pow, 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 12 fucking times. Or at least 10 from what we know. That's diabolical. These are domestic terrorists. I have no problem with deporting criminal illegal immigrants. Okay, they're criminals. Okay, I understand. But come on, man. This is absurd, bro.
Who fired first remains unclear. The Department of Homeland Security says officers feared their lives and fired defensively.
Of
DHS
course.
also
Of
released a
course, I mean, I would fear for my life if I got 8 other guys with me and then some nurse, some guy, some skinny guy in front of me. It's pretty scary to me too.
photo of the recovered handgun and claimed Preddy posed a deadly threat.
Of course.
Did the 37-year-old who had a license to carry, did he brandish a gun? And at what point did law enforcement retrieve the gun and also the magazines from him? Can you offer clarity on
This
where
individual
those were found?
showed up to impede a law enforcement operation and assaulted our officers. They responded according to their training.
But Minneapolis
course.
Police Chief
Do you train them to shoot the guy 10 times while he's dead? Is that part of the training? I don't know. I never heard of that. I don't know.
Brian O'Hara said Preddy was believed to be a lawful gun owner with a permit to carry. Former police commissioner Charles Ramsey, after reviewing the videos, said this does not appear to be a justified shooting. He's prone.
No shooting is justified unless you're in actual danger or you literally have no option. I don't know, man. They had options, bro. They had options. And if people in my comment section tell me they didn't have options, if I go to the comments, you guys are free to say whatever. At the end of every video I say, I reply to almost every comment, so let's have a conversation. It's all good. You know, all love here, bro. But I'm just saying, man, if people in my comment section go and they tell me, hey, this was justified as fuck, this guy deserved to die. No. Right? Look at Batman. I mean, crazy example. Joker. Batman doesn't think the Joker deserves to die. Look at how many victims the Joker took, right? People don't deserve to die, right? That's what prison is for, right? And if they really do, they get the electric chair, they get the death sentence. That's not up to us. Why are we playing God, right? Why are these ICE domestic terrorists playing God? You understand? What gives them the right to take away a life without needing to, right? That's the thing, without needing to. Like I said, if you're in literal danger, okay. If you genuinely don't have a choice, okay. If a guy took a baby and he's running away and you have a clear shot, okay. I guess it makes sense. But when it comes to this situation, right? There's no if theory, what if this happened, blah, blah, blah. No. What actually happened? They are not justified. This is insane. If you think they're justified, I really agree that you are delusional. I would argue that you are a delusional person, or you have such hate for immigrants in this country. Mind you, you're an immigrant if you go back a couple generations, but you have so much hate for first generation immigrants, or people that look a little different, that speak a different language, that have an accent, that think differently, different culture, that you want to believe this is justified. You're lying to yourself to support your theory in racism, in nationalism. But yeah, man, this sucks, bro. This really sucks. Now, listen. In the beginning of the video, I said after this clip finishes, I genuinely want to say something. This is no laughing matter. I know usually I react to funny things, uplifting things, drama. This is a political situation. I am not a political YouTuber. I repeat, I really am not a political person. And so I'm not trying to have political debates. But like I said, and like I say every time, you guys are more than welcome to comment on my section. Like and subscribe, comment on my section, and I will reply and we can have a nice conversation. But regardless of what it is, my opinion as of right now, from all the information of this video and of the other things that I saw, this is unjustified, and this is murder. This is a protected murder. Now, to get a little bit political, because we must with this situation, I think that Trump wants the civilians to fight back. He wants people to get distracted. There's some other things that are going on that Trump is doing when it comes to other countries, bombings in Iran, when it comes to so many things, right? There's a lot of political war. There's a lot of political conflict. And so if, in his eyes, we can start a civil war, or not even a civil war, but some type of civil conflict where we fight against ICE, ICE fights against us, and there's some type of clash going on, well, then we're going to forget about all the other terrible things the U.S. has done and will do. I want to remind you guys, the U.S. bombed my country, Serbia, Yugoslavia. And so I'm not a victim because I wasn't born during this time. This happened in 1999, but my country is. I come from a country that is a victim to the bombings of the United States, of NATO. And so, I think that if Trump succeeds in us focusing on this, on us fighting back against ICE, we will not be able to fight back against the bigger things, the big picture. But yeah, man, that's my political view. Like I said, that's basically everything you guys are going to get from me when it comes to politics. I really am not into it like that. But like I said, this is mainstream. I wanted to react to it. I wanted to give it my thoughts. And it is disgusting. It is unjustified, unlawful. And, God will decide what happens in the afterlife for these people. But yeah, man, without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like and subscribe. Let's be peaceful in the comments, please. And I'll see you guys in my next one, man. God bless.